Hood movie review. Hood movie review. Hood movie review. Watch us on YouTube. Is this thing on?
I've never flown in a plane before. Sometimes you don't need a plane to fly.
Which I didn't understand that.
Talk about.
Didn't understand that. I didn't understand that at all.
This is Hood Movie Review, and today we are reviewing the movie Jason's Lyric. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this is one of the movies where I said we review your favorite and not so favorite movies. This is one of them not so favorite for me. So just let y'all know how I'm coming in with this one because I'm not a fan of Jason's Lyric.
Hey. I mean, I understand it. Did the culture need it?
I don't think we did. This one of the movies I go back and watch every couple years to be like, damn, like kind of like so I don't forget it kind of thing. Like, okay, so I don't forget it. Plus, it's like to try to remember it still low key. I don't know, but I just try to test to see if it's still good. It's never good. It's one of the movies I'm not really a fan of.
He said, "I try to test to see if it's good, and it never works out."
It never does. I'll be trying. I'll be forcing it low key, and I'll be like, I didn't need to do that.
Listen, I watched Jason's Lyric, and I said, I just sat there with the clear mind because you watch it on you watch it on BET, it cuts out a lot, or VH1, it cuts out a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then when you watch the real one, you be like, it still ain't that. It still ain't that. It still ain't it. It still ain't it.
Yeah, that movie sucked. Yeah, so we got we're rating the soundtrack for this movie.
To be honest with you, out of 5, right?
Yeah, out of 5. Ratings out of 5.
My fault. I'm looking for my charger. Out of 5, I'm probably giving this I'll give it a 4 because I ain't gonna say it didn't have bad music.
I'm at a 4 too.
I just didn't like the music it had because it probably wasn't. It was good music, put it like that, but it wasn't.
There's some tracks in there. There's some tracks in there. That was like, okay, like I forgot to I'll be listening out for stuff now. I'm like, okay, like they got some stuff on here now.
Looking for my charger. I don't know why I can't find it, but keep going.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, I gave it a 4 as well. Now let's review this movie. So start off with Mad Dog. That boy Mad Dog, played by Forrest Whitaker, which in my opinion is a GOAT actor, top 5 of all time for me, top 5 actor for me. That man, Mad Dog, came in. I was kind of confused by his character because I'm like, he came back from war. Was that PTSD?
Yes.
PTSD, or was it okay? I didn't know if he was alcoholic or if it was
PTSD. It was everything that they just talked about it early. The 90s they didn't do that really much in the 90s. They just talked about it early. But yes, okay. PTSD and alcoholism is
okay. So I just want to make sure I wasn't tripping. I was like, is this PTSD or is it?
And don't forget he was depressed because the nigga ain't had no leg.
You had no leg?
Remember he lost his leg.
He did. I thought he just had a limp. Like I thought you're right.
He's like, it's because my leg ain't it. She's like, nigga, no, you're a nut.
Yeah, you're crazy. He's crazy. But yeah, he comes home. He's the father of Josh and Jason. And like I said, he seems to have I said here, I was like, he seems to have PTSD from the war, and he's drunk. He tries to take advantage of the mom. And he pushes up on her, and he ends up getting shot. And this keeps Jason up at night. So Josh comes home. He comes home. He comes home from jail.
Like his third stint too.
Yeah. He's a fuck up. That's the best way to describe this man. He's a fuck up. So Josh comes home lit, and he ends up fucking up the whole vibe of his welcome home party. Like he comes home, he's like, yeah. He's like grabbing the cake with his hands and shit. They're looking like, ugh.
No. You got start over, Kitty. When the nigga came out, he's like, you lucky mom let you sit to come back to the house. And he just looked at him like, I ain't know. Like he looked at him like he was shocked that his mom was letting him come back in the house. Like he ain't been messing up.
Bro, he's fuck up. And like when I was watching, I always said, I was like, bro, he's the worst character in not just hood movie history, in history. He was a fuck up.
It did when they picked him up in the truck when they picked him up in the truck, and then Eddie Griffin and all them, and then he knew bro was a crackhead, bro, and he still made him dance.
Oh no, that was okay. Look. That was one of the things where, because he always been a crackhead. That nigga was always a crackhead. Even since they was kids, he was a crackhead.
Okay.
And that was their, like, you know how, like, it's that nigga, like, you don't laugh with, you laugh at. Like, do that nigga. Yeah. He see, he's like, with that dog, yeah. He started dancing. It's like, nigga, like, that's kind of, it's sad. Like, it's sad for, because he grown up still asking for that dance. Like, it's like, damn, that's fucked up, for real. Like, as kids, you don't know no better. But as an adult, he did that shit just to fuck with it. He said, man, do that dance. He's like, he's laughing at, I do that dance. So I was like, that's fucked up. He said, go fast.
That dance was terrible.
He had a broken umbrella. He looked like, what's Diddy's manager? What's Diddy's
he looked like a crackhead Farnsworth.
Yeah, he said, I like the way you move.
Little crackhead Farnsworth.
He said, boom, boom, boom. So, so like I said, he comes home, like, say, fucks up the whole vibe. The welcome home party.
That's not, but the welcome home party, that's Jason's fault. Because you know who your brother is. Because you know who your brother is. You've been around this nigga. Like we said, this ain't the first, second, or third time. First of all, at what point are we gonna stop giving niggas welcome home parties?
True.
When they've been in jail.
When you already welcome them home and they coming back, when they left, and they gonna come back again. You gotta do another one.
Yeah. So okay, that's the first strike. The second strike is you let him go with his homies, knowing Jason knew there was a welcome home party. That's why he picked him up. You let him go with his homies, which problem with, but you knew what he was gonna do with his homies, bro. Because obviously the nigga wasn't just no alcoholic in the jail. Like
his homie wasn't shit.
Yeah, and then you let him go with his homies. So what did you thought he was gonna do? You knew he was gonna come back. Come on, Kenny. You kick it with your homies at the jail, you know you're coming back high or drunk.
Yeah, I think he came back both, low key.
Like he was faded.
He came in there fucked up. They took him to this room, and he had to try to like get the vibe back at the party. He's like, "Come on, mama, let's dance." I'm like, "Damn, this like you trying? I see what you're trying to do." She was like,
AJ,
he came there acting up. He was like, old boy from Temptations, Paul.
For what?
This is mine. You can't take it.
My fault. You said bro was like Paul. You said Paul.
This is mine.
Hey, why was Blue like?
Because he was sad. He didn't want to play that song. He said, "That's my one lead song." He said, "Y'all gonna hear me tonight." This is mine. You can't take it.
I sang this on national television.
I
I sang this on national television. I can't see this at Mama Rose house.
He said, "Mama Rose house."
Nigga, if you don't sit your ass
He said, nigga fell over and everything.
There's a Paul.
So Paul was acting up in that house. So Jason gets a job opportunity in Texas, but when he goes to tell his mom,
selling TVs.
Like, selling TVs. assistant manager selling TVs.
Well, they made it sound like this nigga. They made it sound like this nigga was like about to be a record executive or something.
But they made some of his job was crazy. He was crazy. That nigga worked at Office Max. Like he worked somewhere basic. Like that shit was basic.
That nigga kidding.
Bro, he worked somewhere basic. Like it was, I don't even know. It was like Best Buy pretty much. Like he
worked on Speaker City.
Yeah, exactly. That was Circuit City. He was a 90s. It was damn well be Circuit City.
Circuit City.
And that was like a mom and pop place too. That wasn't even like a legit place he was working at.
It had 2 locations.
Yeah, yeah. He must went to the other one. So,
2 locations.
So he goes to tell his mom about the job opportunity because you know he's like, I done made it now. He's like, I'm about to be assistant GM. I'm about to make it now.
Mom, I got great news.
Yeah, he's like, I got great news. He's all excited. He came home. She said, I done worked there all them years. She said, look, over $10. That nigga. She got him a job. She got the brother a job at her place, and I guess as long as she worked there, never had her drawer short. The moment this nigga worked there, he steal $10 from there, and she get fired. She's like, "Damn, that's how you gonna do me? Like you gonna get me fired?
You got me fired over 10. You got me fired over 10 measly dollars, bro.
$10."
But you know what? Here's my thing. That was a small town. Was that in California?
I don't know where that was at. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be down south. It's supposed to be down south.
Okay.
So they said the bayou. No, they said the bayou. The bayou. They just said the bayou.
Okay. So that's okay. It's a small town. Y'all know. Everybody knows that your son Josh
is a fuck up.
Exactly. You can't. It's either you don't hire him or you don't fire her. It is what it is.
Yeah.
She didn't deserve. Like, come on, bro. Like, you knew Josh was a fuck up. Like, everybody knows Josh is a fuck up.
He's trash. And like I said, he's trash in this thing. At one point, I forgot to write this down, but at one point he robbed the old lady. Like, he broke the car window. He was robbing her for the purse. And I was like, nigga.
Bro, you're right. Bro, you're a pet. That's what you call a petty theft.
That's definitely petty theft.
Petty theft.
Petty thief. So Jason ends up passing the job now. He's like, I'm about to do this job now to look after the mom and brother. So not only did you fuck up your mom's job, now you fucking up my shit now. So now I gotta stop what I'm doing to make sure the family's straight now because you want to fuck up the income of my mom's house. So Josh is asked by Hoodlum, which is played by Lorenz Tate. He's like, hey, look, he's like, you know, we're trying to do this.
No. That's his brother.
Oh, that was the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was Lorenz.
Like Lorenzo Tate or something like that.
Because there's three of them. Yeah, I thought it was Lorenz. Okay, so that's the other one then. So he's like, think about it. He's like, you know, he's trying to do this heist with us. He's like, I'm thinking about it. He's like, I just got home. He just been, he robbing old ladies and shit. I just got home.
Like you really cared that much. Like, nigga, like you was going to work not stealing $10. Like,
he's a fuck up. So then Lyric, played by Jada Pinkett, she shows up to Josh's job.
Not making no TVs.
Bruh. Trying to buy a TV and starts flirting with Josh immediately. And he's like, shit, what's good then? He's like, what's good? Because it's still Jada Pinkett. I know Jada Pinkett ain't shit in real life, but it's still Jada Pinkett. She cold. This 90s Jada Pinkett. This is in her prime.
With a mullet.
Yeah, I must have she had a little curly mullet. Yeah, it was curly mullet and everything. She was bad. She didn't cut her hair yet. So he's like, she's like, should I shoot a shot? And she's like, if it's meant to be, you'll find me. He's like, all right. He's like, all right, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? All right, nigga. And then we get Myra. Myra, she had a little scene in there. Myra, she had a little scene in there.
Oh, yeah, Myra was in there.
Yeah, she had a little scene in there. And then Jason ends up finding her when he goes out to eat. He was eating this like soul food restaurant. That shit look good. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit
it did look good. It was like the MCL of soul food.
Yeah, I'm about to say that shit look good. And we get to see Tretch playing Alonzo, he showed up weird. He showed up real weird. He came up because it was like 3 or 4 dudes trying to shoot their shot at Lyric, and she's like, she's a waitress, so she's just like, I'm used to it type of thing. And then he walks up, he's like, yeah, shit, if she opened her legs more, then she would be, you know what I'm saying, she would be more friendly, some shit like that. And I'm like, you're her brother,
sister.
Yeah, that's your sister. Like, why are you saying this? This is weird. So he said that, and the people are like, yeah, and then he's like, I'll fuck y'all up. It's like that was a weird way to go about that. That was just a weird scene. And then I forget her name, but she's from Life, and she's in something else too. The real thick lady from Life.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, she was Alonzo's girlfriend in this one. I forgot to write down her name, but she's just real nasty. She's real nasty. That's what he should have. That's who he should have chose. That's what Jason should have chose.
little freak boy.
Eddie Griffin's in this movie too. His name is Rat. He was trying to shoot his shot. She was like, "What you want to eat, honey?" He was like, "Give me a side of titties with some ass." So the cup of them lips
and a perm. That nigga got a perm in his head.
Bro, every girl he was spitting game to, he said, "Whatever you do, don't touch
my hair.
Don't touch the hair." So like so they're in there, they're working. Jason walks in, he sees her working there. He's like, "Oh, okay, that's where you work at." And she's like just getting off her shift. She's walking by, she gives him a little look, like she's like looking him up and down. He's like, oh shit, I gotta see what's up with her. You looking me up and down, I gotta see what's up. So he runs out and she's like, nah, I'm waiting on my bus. And he's like, nigga, I can take you home. Like,
I can drive. I drive.
Yeah. She's like, nah, I'm good. So then she takes the bus ride home. He's like, well, didn't you say if it's meant to be, I'll find you? She was like, yeah, I said that, but she's going back on her word pretty much. He's like,
Jada Pinkett.
Yeah, I was saying Jada Pinkett for you.
I'm Jada Pinkett. I said I'm Jada Pinkett.
So literally, he ends up driving home and meets her at her bus stop, and he's trying to shoot his shot. So he's in the car, like driving by. He's like, "Hey man, what? Want to hop in the car?" And she's like, "Nah, She's like, "You're probably, for all I know, you a gangster, and I don't ride with no gangsters." All right, Jada. All right, Jada. But then he's like, look. He ends up breaking her down while he's in the car. He's like using a little bit of humor, and it's working. She was like, she can't help but smile. He said, see you smiling. I knew you. See, look, you're smiling. And they end up going. He's like, look, we don't have to go on a date. I just want to see you again. He's like, that's how cold you are. I just want to see you again. Where you gonna be at? So I can be there. He's like, where you gonna be at? So in a very cryptic way, like everything she says in the movie, she says to meet her. Pretty much saying to meet her on this bridge that's dangerous at 7 p.m. It's real dangerous. Like this bridge is real dangerous, but meet her there at 7 p.m. She says something like, when the footprints walk across the sky. And
when the footprints, yeah, that's what she told August Alsina.
That nigga said, bet. So Jason comes back with a roast. Not Jason, it was Josh. He comes back with a roast that he bought with drug money. And his mom isn't having it. And she throws it out. You said, what's up? Oh. So Josh comes back with a roast, and he brought with drug money, and his mom isn't having it, and throws it out.
Hey, but here's my thing, baby. You just got fired. You better eat that food.
She's like, look. She's like, look, I'm not getting nothing in here is gonna be involving no drug money. And then he says,
I spent a lot of money on this.
Yeah, he said, I understand why Dad beats you. And she was like, nigga. And she wanted to slap him. And then Jason stops him. And Jason and Josh is like, man, what the fuck I do? Whatever. And he's like, nigga, you are a fuck up. He was like, prove me something, you're a fuck up, pretty much. And he's like, oh, so you my dad now? My daddy dead. My dad gone. And it's like, damn.
Saving you.
He's like, damn. And so Jason is, I don't know if it's thirsty or persistence. He's very, very persistent. So he ends up borrowing his city bus.
He's persistent, bro. We're not gonna do that to Jason.
Yeah. Because she was playing hard to get, real hard to get. So Jason borrows a city bus to take her around. He takes her around in. They go on a picnic, and he cracks in the middle of the woods. He ended up cracking in the middle of the woods.
And I couldn't wait to get to this part. So we're gonna act like there's no bugs.
That's what I said. And look, this how you know how that situation was. She had to imagine she was somewhere else. It turned to flower beds now. It turned to a flower bed and everything. Like, nigga, you cracked the middle of the woods.
You cracked in the middle of, like, no bug. Y'all ain't got no repellent.
He was all hairy. He looked mad. That shit was gross. That shit was gross. And like I said, she had to imagine she was in a field of flowers. So Lyric overhears Alonzo, which setting up the bank heist, and brings Josh along with. I don't know why they brought him along with, but they did. And Lyric wants Jason to stay out of it. She's like, "Look, I understand. He's just like they're about to do some bullshit. Like, stay out of this." And he's like, "Look, we need to leave town together." I said, "Damn, this sounds so familiar. This sounds so familiar." My nigga Kane, man, this sounds so familiar. So Josh,
she always want to take somebody with her.
Every time I'm about to leave town, I need to come with me. Like, you know what? Ain't that over here? Let's go. So Josh is so trash. He can't even be a criminal, right? This nigga showed up to the bank heist late. No, hold on, Ken. Let's go back. Why was you lifting weights for a bank heist? Why was you bench pressing before a bank heist? Like, you was gonna have to do some real work. I thought it was after. Because I thought they
before. No, when he was doing the weights, and then Jason was like, "What you about to do? Like rob a bank?" And he put the banks on his chest.
You're right. He did. That was it.
Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, that whole thing was silly.
Like, what are we doing here for? So then he was like, I know I'm not about to rob a bank. So what did you do? So you didn't rob the bank, and then you just was like, forget it, I'm going to go. But my thing is, hey, bro, you really thought you coming 40 minutes late was going to help everything out?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how you that try? You can't even be a criminal, right? Like, you can't. You're not good at anything. All he was a decent hooper though. He was hitting them shots early in the movie. He was hitting them shots. A little step back going. But yeah, he was
going to prison.
Yeah, hey, he had nothing else to do. Just work out and play ball. That's all he can do. And make toilet wine, I guess. I don't know. But he was like, so like I say, he shows up to the bank heist late. Like I said, about 40 minutes late at that. And it's just messing up. And then he ends up getting tortured by Alonzo because you messing up our money. Like, you deserve it.
You could have got us. You the reason everything was going as planned until you got it. We done killed. Now we done did armed robbery.
Yeah, because you couldn't show up in time.
Kill somebody. We stole somebody's watch. They wasn't going to turn on the thing until we left.
He did steal that nigga's watch. Bro, like you held up. We're getting money. Why you had to steal his watch too? Like, why are you so like, bro?
What are you doing? Give me your. Oh, so now we're on camera. Don't forget, Kenny. He took off his mask.
Yeah, he did. He did. Bro, he was trash. Bro, he was trash. And then he gets tortured by Alonzo. He's all beaten and bloody. And he ends up getting let go.
They beat the brakes off.
They did beat the brakes off him. They beat the brakes off that man. So we get the reveal. I did like this twist, though. This was a good twist. I thought it was a bad movie, but this was a good twist. That it wasn't Josh that shot him. It made it seem like it was Josh that shot him the whole movie, but it was really Jason that shot Mad Dog in the beginning.
Saving his life. That's the whole point of the movie. I'm always saving him, bro.
Always
saving him.
Because before it made it seem like, okay, he went to jail for, saying that started him down a life of crime. But it was like, nah, this nigga was just a fuck up. Like nah, he was just a fuck up. Because Jason did his dirt and was just like, look, I'm trying to save you. But then so he still went down the wrong path. But
it's crazy because it just shows you, I mean, the movie, the only thing I liked about the movie was it just shows you how people deal with grief.
Trauma.
Jason dealt with it sleeping with women on flowers.
No, but he was having nightmares. He wasn't just cracking on flowers. That was some recent. He needed it bad. He said, look, I ain't got no place to do with that. My mama at home. It was like 8 Mile. I got to find some place to do this at. Cracked the field of flowers. Not in the field of flowers. It was some wood. The shit that imagined was a field of flowers.
Jason was waking up in cold sweats with taco meat on his chest. I think that's worse than anything Josh went through.
Nah, he was defending. He was at first up against rapists. You forget he was fighting rapists and murderers. That nigga Josh said. He said, "Man, I used to have them dreams too." He said, "But then
he started drinking them
away."
Be
right. He put that bottle of liquor. This got me right. It's like, damn, that's sad.
Remember he caught him at the. I don't even know what that was. A juke joint, strip club. I don't know what it was. He was caught with the bottle. He had the bottle. That is a wine. Hey, you are down bad. Hey.
He was 2 steps away from being fast. Go fast. Go fast.
Down bad. Kenny.
He was 1 dirty suit away from being fast. So Lyric finally understands everything about his life and says, look, your brother ain't shit. Like, it's like what she said. She's like, look, he ain't shit. It's either him or me. She gives him an ultimatum. And he's like, all right, look, it's you, but I'm gonna try to save him from himself. That's pretty much what Jason was on. So Josh, meanwhile, is planning to kill Alonzo because he got tortured. He's sick right now. So he's like, I'm gonna kill Alonzo and his niggas. Shit, and family too. So Rat ends up warning.
It's your fault.
Yeah, but you fucked up. You fucked up. You can't get mad at nobody but yourself.
We all could have had money. We could have been cool, but we probably could have robbed another bank.
Yeah.
But it's your fault.
Oh, I forgot to say, I don't know if you remember House Party 3, but the best friend of the wife She was on the welcome home party. She was at that scene.
You talking about the girl on CB4?
Yeah, yep. Snoop Doggy Dog, Deputy Dog,
Atomic Dog,
Atomic
Doggy Dog, Deputy Dog.
He's a dog. Yeah, she was in that. She had a little quick scene, like she was in the background of the welcome home party. I forgot I put that in my notes. I was like, that's a little girl.
I'm about to look at that.
And then Josh ends up killing 2 niggas through this whole thing. Like he kills 2 niggas, and then he attempts to kill Lyric, and then when Josh gets there, he's like, my bad. You know, I ain't he ends up shooting her. He's like, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that shit, Jason. Like, nigga, yes you did.
Josh, guns are real.
He's like, fuck up, bro.
No. He shot her and said,
I'm sorry, Jay.
What?
I'm sorry, Jay.
Nigga, you've been pointing this gun at her all day.
Bro, that shit had me weak. I said, bro, what? So as he shoots her and apologizes, and Jason, and he don't even like, he's just like, look, I'm just gonna pick her ass up and just leave. He takes her out the house and leaves. He's like, sad, crying and shit. And then Josh is sitting there in the house, like after they leave the house, he's like, maybe I'm not shit. And then he kills himself. Like he just realized
and that pissed me off because I said after all that grief you done called, and you only probably been home from jail a week.
I'm about to say it's only been like a week.
After all that grief you caused everybody, bro, you just gonna do that to like that's wild, bro.
Yeah,
that's wild.
And y'all know my hate for Bokeem Woodbine. I hate this nigga in every movie he's in. It don't change in this one. I hate that nigga in every movie he's in. And this one, he was not useful for anything. Let's think about it. He wasn't useful for anything. He wasn't good at shit.
Bro, you ruined the cake. You could have left that cake as it is, bro. Bro, that's what probably would have pissed me off the most. Like, bro, we could have still ate that cake. Now it's ruined.
He said, came over lit. So the movie ends with them on the bus together, leaving. That's pretty much it. Like I said, that's it for the movie because the movie ain't really much to that movie. It's just pretty much pick the brother up from jail. He fuck it up while I'm falling in love with this girl. Shit gets life gets combined and one of the four.
It just ended like I chose my life over my brother's life, and then my brother took his life. So now my life's about to be easier if we're really gonna be honest.
He was so trash. It was just like,
you think they had a funeral for him?
Yeah, they did, and they said good things about this nigga too. You know they did.
Ooh.
Knowing this nigga ain't shit.
Josh was a good man.
He would like the old lady in there like, to who? With the purse, to who? He was trash. There was nothing good about his. He's one of the few characters I'm like, there was nothing good about him. It's him and then P from Baby Boy. Those are like the two. But P had a little bit more going for him though. He had a little bit more going for him.
P wanted change.
He did change.
Josh didn't care.
Josh didn't give 2 fucks.
Josh said, "My daddy dead because of you."
He said, "You talking about my daddy? My daddy dead." That nigga, you ain't shit.
My thing is, Josh, I saved you, and I've been saving you, and I've been saving you, and I've saved you every day since you've been out of jail.
Every time, you just keep messing up.
I beat up a man that should have killed you, bro. He should have offered you.
Oh, and he had every reason to.
Yeah,
he had every reason to. Yeah, like I said, because he's in the bottom of the bottom tier. That's why I got him. He is the worst. Like I said, he's the worst character ever. There's no redeeming qualities for this man. Like, you know, we always do redeeming qualities at the end. There's no redeeming qualities for this nigga. He was trash through and through.
I mean, now that you think about it, after all the hood movies I have seen, and it's 100% of them, yeah, that nigga sucks.
He's awful. There's nothing good about him. There's nothing good about him. There's nothing good about him. Like at least with like his old dog wasn't shit either, but that came from the environment, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, okay, look, I'm killing it. I might be low-key a serial killer, but
old dog was what we call a thug.
Yeah, he was a thug for real, but
Josh is what we were calling a.
he was just fucking up. He was a fuck up. Like,
Hey, you remember what he was in life? Can't get right.
can't get bro. Every movie I can't stand this nigga. Every movie I can't stand this nigga. Every movie.
Can't get right.
And don't get me started. Like this one and Caught Up were the two worst ones for me. That's the one. Caught Up pisses me off.
When he woke up, when he got out the water with the
Bruh.
nigga, you ain't dead.
Bruh. When this nigga was up on the ceiling, he was like, this nigga super nigga now.
On my nerves.
Bro, I hate that nigga every movie he's in. What's the most gangster shit? What's the most gangster shit in this movie? Like, I don't even know. I got mine.
I mean, I like Eddie Griffin when he was talking to the girl. I think that was that part. I'm gonna go Eddie Griffin when he was talking to old girl. He was like, "Don't touch my hair."
Whatever you do, don't touch my hair.
I'm gonna go.
There was laid. I'm gonna say the most gangster scene in the movie was probably him robbing an old lady. There's nothing more gangster than that for no reason. She was just minding her own business.
Like, bro, Josh was just out of control, bro.
And then we don't have to rate the love interest. We rated her like 4 times already.
I'm about to say we done rated her in all hood movies.
She's in every hood movie. Jada Pinkett's in every hood movie.
Yeah.
So we don't have to rate her for this one. The real villain, they say who's the real villain is I feel like
take it.
You think so?
I think it's just thank you, Gigi. But I honestly think who's the real villain in this? I think Mad Dog is the real villain. If we really
wait, if we don't go that far, we got to blame America. America's the real villain. Got the Gigi cosign too. Yeah, I'm gonna say America's the real villain because America was messed up. Something was a war like that, and not loving your troops when they come home.
Yep,
that's it. Because Mad Dog came in there. It's a trickle down effect. It's a she got a little snacks now. She's good. So it's a trickle down effect. So you got America, then it trickles down to the war, to war vets, then it trickles down to their family, and now their family's messed up, and that's what's going on.
You know what? Any other time I'll be like, "You full of it," but today.
He said, "That's how you full of shit."
Hey, and I think, you know what? Maybe we figured out the real theme of this movie.
Is what war vets do to their families when you don't love them.
2 random niggas doing movie reviews have found out the real. Have found out the real. You know, there's the hidden agenda with the man. We found it, man. You see what happened? This is why we do this, America. That's why we do this. I know.
You got a Gigi cosign too.
Gigi, bro, Gigi's here. She's here.
She's here.
She's here, brother. Bro, I'm going Mad Dog.
She's not even a year old yet. She woke. That's crazy.
Mad Dog's the real villain because America made him the villain.
So we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
Red fish, blue fish.
One fish, 2 fish. Red fish, blue fish. Knick knack, paddywhack. Give a dog a bone. What do he say? 0 party. Ooh, at a time. My bacon smelling fine.
Swine, my brother.
Swine, my brother.
Swine, my brother.
And I was going to ask were there any redeemable characters. I think everybody's redeemable, but literally everybody. Because even Eddie Griffin was like, look. He said, look, I like to get drunk and party, but this nigga on some other shit.
Remember, he was like, he said, don't worry. He said, what was Tretch's name?
Alonzo.
He said it was Josh's fault. He shot Lyric and then he shot himself. I said, oh, bro had a reality check. Like, you know, sometimes it takes like bro, really?
And then last question was, did the protagonist learn anything? And
yeah, he did. I
Yeah.
gotta choose. I gotta choose myself.
exactly. That's exactly it.
You gotta choose myself.
You gotta be a little selfish. You gotta be a little selfish because he was always about being selfless. And sometimes you gotta be a little selfish because, like, literally, it got to the point where he was so caring about the brother so much that his brother wasn't trying to be his own man. He was trash.
Yeah, and I think, granted, we don't like the movie because we just don't like the movie, but
It's not a good movie.
it's not. But we understood we get it.
Yeah, we definitely got it. It wasn't like it was a deeper meaning. They tried to be deep, but we got it. Like we got it.
Because we see this up, and then we see this a lot in real life too. But so we got it. We got it.
And what do we rate the overall movie? We never rated the overall movie out of 5.
I gave it a 3 out of 5.
3. That's a good. I think that's a good score. I'm at a 2.75. I think that's around 2.75, 3. I think that's very close. I think that's very close to what I had it at. I think it was out of 5. That's like a mid. It's like a mid.
Oh, it was mid. It was mid.
It was like it wasn't. I'm not gonna rewatching it now. I don't think it was terrible. I just think it was okay. It was okay.
I see why people don't put it like this. I see why people be like, "Have you seen Jason's Lyric?" Yeah, but I also see why people be like, I also see why people don't say, "Hey, you gotta watch Jason's Lyric."
Yeah.
Saying it.
I've never heard anybody say you gotta watch Jason's Lyric.
Yeah.
Jason Gigi over there pulling my. All right. Well,
she knew that shit was mid.
Yeah, that's why I'm at 2.75. And next episode we are reviewing the movie Leprechaun in the Hood.
I gotta rewatch that. I haven't watched that. I haven't watched that. Like that's probably one of the movies. Like I haven't watched that movie in forever.
I was about to say y'all voted on it, and Leprechaun in the Hood won the vote. I was hoping it'd be Tales from the Hood. It was hoping to be something like that. As long as it wasn't Bones. That's the only thing. As long as it wasn't Bones.
That's right. That's my point. I love you, Jimmy.
I love you, Jimmy Bones. Snoop Dogg as a horror villain is awful. That sounds terrible on paper. I don't know who thought of that.
It can't be worse than Eddie Murphy, though.
Nah, that's worse than Eddie Murphy. That's worse than Eddie Murphy.
We should have did Vampire in Brooklyn.
I was going to say Vampire in Brooklyn is a better movie than Bone. Because I don't even know what he was supposed to be. A vampire or a zombie. I don't know what the fuck he's supposed to be.
Who? Jimmy Bone?
You said, what was that?
Nothing. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We read it with this awful quote. He said, "Damn, it's quiet out here. I should have brought my radio." He said, "No, it's not quiet. It's full of music. Just listen."